That we are in a tie match at the drop. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Dead Hard could get them the distance to get it too. Shot.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Oh, the grab, yes! That is disappointing.
This is be a 4-man out because.
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here.
Welcome, killers and survivors alike. I am your host, Giltspire, and I am joined by Avi. Avi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm here, you know, just keeping my seat warm.
You know, just a quick break between matches, but we are in for a treat as we are going to see Demice versus Lore. Once again, we are in week number 2, the indoor map week, and we are kicking things off with some more treatment theater, and even more so, we are going to start off with Lore's Wraith versus Demice's Survivor team.
And if I'm seeing those add-ons correctly, is that a fast kicking add-on?
Yep, that there is the Shadow Dance and Swift Hunt. A little bit different than what we saw just last match with the Silent Bell and All Seeing. So we'll see what add-ons might work out best in the Wraith's favor, as we do see some scratch marks from the Nia, and Wraith making the way over to them for the first chase of this match.
All right, let's see how... Oh, nope, they're like, nope.
Honestly, I can respect that because that's a really, really strong loop. You have that pallet and window linked together like that. It can be quite difficult to get the hit there. And we see survivors going immediately back for that. And we do see a firecracker on the light burn as well.
Sheesh, that must be... That's a Wraith. I mean, I don't play Wraith enough, but I can imagine the frustration from that happening. I'm like, this poor Wraith just trying to live his life.
Yeah, I mean, firecrackers and flashlights are so strong. That's why we do have them banned for Group A, in fact.
Yes.
But we do see Adam going back to this pallet Wraith, trying to get it out of the way. Will successfully do so before the Adam is able to get the revault. Adam once again playing the game here. Will get the vault this time, though. And we do love seeing a bit of Wraith bullying.
Oh my! You know, I just remember that. Yeah, when Wraith fakes their uncloak, somebody vaulting like that could actually block it. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do to Wraith, because in pubs they're not going to usually be all too aware of how to get around that. And Nia with the unexpected pallet toss. Honestly, though cute and as it did get the Fang Min enough time to get away before taking a hit, you know, that is a god pallet out of the way now, so I'm not sure if it was worth it in the long run.
True, yeah, I was gonna say the 2 good pallets have been taken out already. That in the long room where Adam was vaulting back and forth, and that one. So we'll see how the rest go for them. This is now it's out of the way.
Yeah, I will say though, so far there have been multiple chases, multiple survivors injured. However, no one's gone down just yet.
Nope. Absolutely, yeah. This Wraith has to have some crunch time with getting someone down. The hits have been good. Unfortunately, no commitment to whoever he wants it down.
Yeah, overall, brilliant job by the survivors so far, really mixing up the tiles. We see survivors trying to heal once again. They do not get the heal in time, though, unlike last time. Wraith also, with the full uncloak, will end up taking the hit on the Nia. And Sloppy Butcher, something to note, is in existence here. So that heal on Adam all but regressing back to 0.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, Sloppy Butcher has had a generous buff. And you know what? It's good for killers. I agree, but it's so frustrating when you have full heal almost there and then but that's it.
Yeah,
finally.
it is pretty backbreaking. I will say, I've been running what I call a generic build on every killer recently with Bitter Murmur, Whisper, Sloppy Butcher,
Oh.
and Noed. And Sloppy Butcher has been an absolute boon to M1 killers like Wraith for a good reason, as that hit and run playstyle, especially against medkits, can be absolutely brutal for survivors.
Oh, sure, for sure. I can vouch for that. I don't bring medkits often, but jeez, when someone's silly. Under the pallet. Oh, she did not waste it. Good for her.
Yeah, survivors being really smart here, making sure to try and get the most out of their resources. Wraith with that quick kick there, though we will note it will not be highlighted in yellow, so there's no Colubrine or Eruption in play here today.
Yeah, so far this Wraith has been... He is definitely, unless he's gonna commit on this Nia, he's definitely been a hit and run Wraith so far. But so far,
Given the build, it definitely makes a bit of sense. We'll note that this pallet is gone here, so Nia in a pretty awkward position. With nothing left, they will try and vault, but will go down for it.
Yeah, I think this was the room that was... Was this the room from the game before this one? Oh, and the decisive...
Yeah, 3 seconds back on the clock, trying to extend things a little bit further. Enough that we can get a body block from the Feng Min here.
Oh.
Really good job by these survivors. This is why things like forced penance on M1 killers definitely is in the conversation, and we can see why that might be.
Yeah. Oh my. Ooh. Not a spins. Not enough luck, sadly.
Yeah, really great job there by the Wraith, being patient enough, not going for the hit immediately. Instead, making sure that they could confirm the down on the Nia first off and foremost. Keep in mind, only one gen has been completed this entire time.
Yep. Very true. Oh, the middle section. Sprint burst on Claudette.
Yeah, looks like the Wraith will instead go for the Feng Min, and a good reason too, as the Claudette did have that flashlight in hand, which could light burn the Wraith if worse comes to worse.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, also, is that a, what's it called? The white gen that got blocked
Yep,
up.
that is in fact Deadlock. So Jen's getting slowed down just a little bit here. Adam going for the unhook and going for the vault. That's going to give Wraith the time to get that hit, really putting the pressure on these survivors, as they're now only going to have one healthy survivor available for the unhook.
Claudie. Claudette has sprint burst, however, so... Let's see.
Yeah, unfortunately, without a second survivor here to help out, I do not think Claudette will be able to get the unhook safely. And sure enough, the LBD Nia sent back to the campfire as Adam does complete the central gen.
Yep, got a pallet here for him, and he decides to not use it. Oh,
actually, really good mind game there. Wraith thought full well that they were going to be on that pallet, but ended up not, though. Wraith with the clean down over the pallet there. A really strong pallet, too, if used correctly. Unfortunately, Adam unable to do so.
For sure, yeah. Here, they can do a lot of backtracking to try and fix somebody, to vault back and forth. You know, that panic vault?
Yep.
But Wraith got it going. Deadlock gen right there. The gen spread's actually... Oh, hold on. I was going to say it's really good, but I haven't seen a gen on this side.
Yeah, it's pretty far away. It's a bit of a 2-1 split. However, I do want to note that the most progressed gen that was blocked by Deadlock had 0 progression.
Yeah.
And that survivors have not been on any of the gens back here towards the edge of the map. But with that being said, looks like survivors wasted no time to jump on this one, as Feng Min is very close to completing it. And a beautiful hit there by the Wraith as Feng Min attempted to go for the 360.
Yeah, she went to a corner, too. That was a close-up corner. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see the vault back and the mid vault from the Fang, unable to mind game the Wraith, and will end up going down. Wraith actually in a pretty good position here, as they still have a 4th unknown perk. Survivors know of Deadlock, they know of Sloppy Butcher, they know of Corrupt Intervention. 4th one could be a bit of an endgame package or something available to them to try and shore up their victory, or at least get as many points as possible.
We got Claudette and Adam. Either one of them is gonna try and go and sneak up for the save, or they could be both packing it up for a gen completion. There is one of them trying to go for the save indeed, but
Yep. There's the Claw, there's the vault, and the rush for the unhook. Wraith will definitely be able to make it there in time for the 1-for-1 trade. This will be huge for the Wraith, as really not much changes, though. Looks like a bit of renewal on that unhook. Surprise, Wraith did not go for the hit just to force the... actually, wait. Okay, never mind. I was like, do they force penance? Why are they broken? I'm like, no, that's renewal. So yeah, I would have thought the Wraith would have gone for the hit to apply the deep wound status effect, as it would have only healed that and not the health state itself.
The full heal. I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Just smack to just not give them the value of the perk.
But looks like that will be a deliverance from the Claudette, and a cheeky corner tech there by Adam, forcing the Wraith to hit a obstacle instead of them. However, there will be a adrenaline on Adam as they do complete the 5th gen. And as we see there is a haste status effect, that being Noed, of course.
And you're gonna find out right now, that's Mysterious perk. And slugging for that.
Yeah, looks like Wraith gonna be attempting to slug it out here, trying to get another survivor, and sure enough, finds the Adam in a corner. A great find indeed, and that's why I always say you never want to hide in corners if at all possible. You don't want to get boxed in.
That was just so awkward how you just stood up like, ah, crap. He just looked around like, what a... Oh, no.
Fangman did get picked up by the Claudette. Wraith, though, uncloaking. I don't think there's a pallet here at this point in time. Fangman will end up going down, and Claudette not too far away. I don't think they've been on exit gate so far.
Nope, I think Claudette is... she could potentially be on one now, because she has not unhooked Adam. Unless she's trying to now, and she's not there on time. Yeah, she might have gone to the other gate, that far one.
No,
never mind.
Looks like they're taking a time, knowing the Wraith might end up trying to go back to the hook. But looks like they will get a little bit of distance, as they will hook Fangman. I imagine that Wraith here trying to find the Claudette, if at all possible, to get some additional hook states in. But Adam will go back down, as BT should be up, and there it is. With no decisive strike, Adam will be sent back to the campfire.
Yep. Back to the warmth of the fire he goes. Meanwhile, Claudette is both... I always wonder, like in this case, if I was this Claudette, honestly, I would go for the door. But never mind. Look at her. She's more brave than I am.
Yeah, Claudette going for that unhook. Unfortunately for them, that means that the Wraith has every opportunity to slug out and go for the 4K here. So really well played by the Wraith, as BT will have expired. Wraith blocking off that window, not allowing the Fangman to get there, and that will be the down.
There we go. Case closed for survivors tonight.
Yeah, unless the Claudette has a Unbreakable in play, I think that there will be it, and I think she would have already used it by now.
I agree. Yeah, if that's the case, she would have probably run over to a gate. I think if she does have Unbreakable, she could potentially make it, but yeah, she's not. Oh!
Well, we spoke too soon. There is the Unbreakable play, and if Claudette was on the exit gate prior, that will be 2 stages out of the match. That would be huge for these survivors who really have struggled during this endgame, but no. Exit gate not 99. Looks like Claudette is going to be searching for the hatch. It is anyone's game now.
It sure can be. Wraith has a bit of a... Oh, there's Scratchies. Wraith has a bit of an advantage being so fast right now. He can actually close the hatch while cloaked. So he has 2 advantages. He has speed and the close of the hatch while cloaked. So...
yeah, absolutely. Things are going to be quite intense, but Wraith cutting the Claudette off. Claudette unable to get to the hatch in time, will end up going down. Talk about a very close match there at the end game, utilizing that Unbreakable to a T.
Yeah, well, done, really. Well, very exciting match. A lot of run around. It was questionable at first how Wraith was just like hit and run, hit and run, no commitment, hit and run, no commitment. And then look at this tournament.
Yeah, no, Wraith really bring it back in the end with that no-ed. Finding both the Adam and the Fang Min the way they did was perfect for them, and really just a culmination of unfortunate events for the survivors. I wouldn't say mistakes. But with that being said, that there will end trial number 1 of Demice versus Lore, and we are going to be switching sides, where we are going to be seeing Demice's doctor. We don't see that killer often, so I'm very excited here. It's always a treat when we see a doctor. I think like the last 2-3 seasons we have not seen one, so we'll have to see what Demice has in store for us.
Let's do it.
But with that being said, we are going to take a quick break. While we do, we are going to run some ads because you, yes, you the viewers, are our sponsors. So the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy, all go to supporting Champs of the Fog and our $250 prize pool for Group B and $525 prize pool for Group A. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back once again. This time, we're going to be seeing Demice pilot the Doctor against Lore's Survivor team. I understand it's Doctor's home turf, but like against a Wraith, I don't know. I feel like the advantage goes to Wraith. I don't know. What about you, Avi? I know Doctor's one of your mains.
Yeah, no, I would not feel powerful at Larry's, even though, like you said, it is his home turf. But there's a lot of window vaults, so as long as you have good timing on your shots, you can potentially stop that. But you have to predict really well, know how, like, muscle memory, how to point to shock properly. So being there a lot of vaults, you can escape Doctor pretty easily, to be honest, in this map.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. Like, they might prove me otherwise and just be the most cracked out Doctor that I have ever seen. But with that being said, we will not have to wait long as we are jumping right on in and we are seeing Fry on the Doctor. And let's see if they fry some Survivor brains.
So fry them up. Oh, yeah. Ooh, all right. We had some... That's a really nice corrupt right there. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a pretty well-packed set of gens right there. Going for a static blast here. Catching two survivors, the Jeff and the Nia. Though Nia pretty close here as they are going to be going for a loop here. Not going for the vault, though. Potentially going to go for the pallet drop, but will end up getting shocked before able to drop it.
Oh, yeah. No, she's... this... It depends on the location where you're at. Like here, this is actually pretty good for survivors to avoid him. There's a lot of I feel like that pallet already pretty much lost the chase, and he's going for somebody else. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I'm
actually a little bit surprised that they actually didn't commit to that chase on you, because with the static shock, they could have potentially locked them in. To that area after the vault, but they got a very clean down on Claude, so it worked out in the end.
I just noticed this Doctor is using my most favorite add-on combos. Discipline and range are my absolute favorite, personally. So this might go pretty well if he does the right shots in the right locations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, the biggest thing about Doctor, especially with these add-ons, is that you're able to get additional range off of the high stimulus electrode, and then you got that detonation delay on the shock therapy. Both really, really useful add-ons, and in my opinion, the best add-ons you could potentially have.
I agree, because honestly, this combo is an anti-loop 5,000. So, like I said, if you time it correctly, you can end loop so fast. Like right here, this is actually a really good area to test that. But the Nia was smart enough to leave it. You should never camp house against a Doctor. I think that's pretty much base kit knowledge for most people. It should be, at least.
Nia caught out here. Will end up taking a hit. And do you want to note that the Survivor is still in the basement as we speak? Not sure if they have a Survivor going for them, potentially the ace down there.
Yeah, this is a... Oh man, yeah, I was gonna say, this is a very tricky basement locate. Oh gosh, what the heck was that?
I'm not sure if potentially the Doctor didn't want to activate BT on the hit, thinking that the time had not passed and not wanting to give them any additional distance after the vault. However, first gen popping off, we will note that Deadlock is active, and these survivors are keenly aware of Sloppy Butcher being in play.
And the decisive on his bomb with the potential nope line, unfortunately.
Yeah, trying to get the 1-2 punch there, getting a little bit of extra distance. Ace, though, going to be in chase. They will get the shock at the pallet. Ace continue with the body block, though, and will take the hit. 3 survivors injured. I will say this is very reminiscent of the Wraith match in a sense that survivors are just staying injured for longer and longer with Sloppy Butcher.
Oh yeah, he's getting a lot of value today right now. The thing about a Doctor is if you shock them to tier 3, they can't heal at all unless they get a obviously not madness anymore. So that them being injured and having to get out of madness is 2 tasks at once. So Doctor has a lot.
Ooh. And look at that, Ace being very gutsy, wanting to go for the pallet stun here, but Doctor just shocking out every which direction to try and avoid it. Nia coming in for the body block, will take the hit and get the stun to boot.
And there you go. However, with the consequences that all of them are injured, so he has a one hit down for almost everybody. If they clunk up together, that's a bad spot for them all.
Yeah, Doctor's doing a fantastic job here. Chases are being short even after that pallet stun. Claudette going down pretty quickly thereafter and able to secure the second hook here on Claudette, getting her that much closer to being sent back to the campfire.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this combo add-on is so fast. Like, I see this Doctor player moving so fast, shocking left and right. They know where to aim. So I think this have a good knowledge on them so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Nia coming in, trying to get the unhook, but sensing that the Doctor was going to go for a shock therapy in a potential 1-for-1 trade.
Oh.
Doctor taking a swing, though, and a miss. Nia will successfully get the unhook, though I fear that Doctor will go for the tunnel out here.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it was on life. That was life, right?
Yeah, that was life getting
Yeah.
Claude a little bit of extra distance there after the unhook. And Claude getting turned around, I think because of the red light on them, will end up being sent back to the campfire. No DS in play.
That was a okay, I gotta give props to this player. This Fry. I'm pretty pleased with their Doctor plays here.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty amazing. Neo with the pallet throw, not getting the stun though off of the shock therapy. So Doctor faking them out a little bit. I think will end up getting the down here at this pallet though, barely missing.
Oh, no. That was a quick little swing, the little M1. Oh, yeah, this is actually pretty strong for Doctor. Like, they have a lot of distance to potentially vault and or go around at least once. Yeah, there you go. But they had to break that. That or just do an extreme amount of good mind game here.
Yeah, we do see their attempt here. Will successfully get the mind game. You asked and they delivered.
Well done, well done, well done.
Fourth hook here, first on the Nia, and we are left with Nia on hook, Jeff healthy. It looks like they're on the main gen, and Ace still injured out and about. The Doctor doing a fantastic job managing the gens and where these Survivors are. Skill check miss in the distance. That there is the Ace, a prime target for the Doctor as they are now in tier 3 and in a world of hurt.
Whew. Yeah, they're able to find that red stain really cripples Survivors because you have that loud, really loud chase music going on. No idea where the killer's coming from.
Yeah, Survivor's definitely getting a little bit tripped up by that red stain, potentially using it in order to know where the killer is going to be and how far away they are. And so Doctor making really great use of their lack of information to their advantage. Kind of reminiscent of an earlier Twins match where you saw Undetectable Status Fight getting similar value.
Yep. It is trying to go for the body block, doing some little whirls side by side to not get the Doctor around. But they have to... Oh!
Yeah, there is the fake on the hit, the drop of the pallet, and unfortunately, Lupin LaFrenz ain't exactly healthy for the Survivors, as we see there, and Nia will take the hook for the Ace.
I believe no, she's not dead, is she?
Nope, she is not dead just yet. Now on second hook, getting that much closer to be sent back to the campfire. Ace, though, on first hook, and Jeff with 0 hooks on him so far. So Jeff would definitely be a fantastic find for the Doctor, to say the least.
Finding other locations. There you go. Someone in the gen, someone not in the gen.
Yeah, looks like that's Jeff there, and he is on tier 3, meaning that he can't exactly do much until he snaps out of it, giving the Doctor plenty of time to chase the Ace.
Yeah, Ace is a... Oh no, you fell for the oldest trick of the DbD game.
Yeah, unfortunately, that will not work twice as Ace does, in fact, go down. And this here will be his second hook. Like I said, they definitely want to find the Jeff here sooner rather than later so that they are able to get as many hook progressions as possible. As, theoretically speaking, Survivors here could suicide out and attempt to go for a hatch escape.
Yes, yeah. You know what? This Doctor did incredibly well with this. Honestly, I don't get sent to this map often as when I play Doctor, so but I really thought it wouldn't be the best experience. But so far, this Doctor did incredibly well.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, if in the instance Jeff is able to escape via the hatch, it's going to be quite close point-wise. They get 3 additional points, letting Lore go to 7. And then Demice would only be able to get a total of 18. So with that being said, that might be enough for Lore to claim victory in set number 1 if they're not able to find the Jeff in time.
Yeah, because if Doctor had distressing just for the range, they could absolutely locate this Jeff at any point of the map, if not by an inch. Because on this map, it does seem big, but if you actually stand in the middle, you can get a wide range of information.
Yeah, absolutely. However, no information yet. Static Blast still on cooldown. However, scratch marks going away from the Doctor. This is a dangerous game to play because if Jeff is able to just get ahead and find Hatch, I think the Doctor's making the right move here. Find Hatch first, chase Jeff later.
I like that the killers go opposite direction, which is a good idea, to be honest, because one side could be Hatch location, the other could not be there, so it's a 50-50 if they split up half the map.
Yeah, the problem is that if you chase the survivor, you know that where they have been has already been searched. Whereas if you go somewhere else, you know that this area has not been searched as of yet. So it definitely is risk versus reward. And we're going to see if it works out in the Doctor's favor. So far, no sign of the Hatch, not even a peep. And I'm getting afraid more and more that the Jeff has already found it. And sure enough.
There we go. Success.
So
that was a good match.
It was a very good match. However, we're going to have to wait and see when the score does tabulate, and it is going to be quite close. Lore with 31 points to Demice's 28. So Lore eking out the victory with that Hatch escape. So GG, well played to both sides, and that'll be the end of set number 1. We are going to be staying with Demice on Killer, this time playing the Plague on RPD West against Lore's Survivor team. But before we do, we are going to go on a quick little break. As always, I want to remind everyone here today that we are partnered with Pugdom. Pugdom is doing some really awesome stuff. They are a Dead by Daylight content creator and community, much like us. They run tournaments and events, and in fact are hosting the second half of Group B of COTF. So if you haven't already, make sure to stop on by, say hi, drop a follow when you get a chance. But with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back for set number 2, trial number 3, Demice versus Lore. And this time we got the Vomit Mama herself on RPD West Wing against Lore's Survivor team. Avi, we saw Plague on RPD earlier today. After seeing that, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is the right call?
Well, you know, I always like to say it depends on the player controlling the killer. So, honestly, this one could obliterate or they could have an equal amount of success and or fail. So, you know what? I want to say it might be the same, but at the same time, again, the skill behind the hand controlling the killer could be very different. So we'll have to find out.
Yeah, that is a fair point. I mean, we just saw the Plague struggle so much to get value out of their Corrupt Purge, to even have access to their Corrupt Purge throughout the match. So it's going to be very interesting to see if maybe Demice is able to, you know, pull a Uno reverse card and really just get a lot of value out of Plague. But we'll have to wait and see. And thankfully, we will not have to wait very long.
May the game load in as it should. Because the game has been crashing a lot.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We were having a bit of lobby issues earlier, so fingers crossed that we do load in properly. It looks like we did, you know, just RPD doing RPD things, but we are good to go, and we are once again going to be watching Fry, this time piloting the Vomit Mommy. And trying to get a Contagious on the gen there. And we do see an Ace running into the arms of the Plague.
Hello there. I mean, Fry is on Plague. Fry did really well as Doctor last game, so we might see some good plays here. We will never know. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, so far doing a really good job infecting Ace. Obviously, Ace not exactly paying attention to where he was going in the first place, but looks like we will see the Plague take their time here. A little bit of a 360 mind game, trying to get the Ace to move around. Keep in mind, while survivors walk or are stationary, they do not increase their infection rate. Ace trying to hold out for the vault there. There's the vault, there's the swing, but unable to get the hit.
No way. Oh man, that was a good play on the Ace.
Yeah, really good job by the Ace pulling something out of nothing. We do see 2 survivors here on the gen. Both will get infected, and looks like we are going to be following the Claudette here, as the Plague is going to be attempting to get them broken as soon as possible. These survivors keenly aware of the existence of Deadlock, by the way, and for those keen-eared survivors and viewers like Brutal Strength.
Indeed, yeah, she is. She has a little bit of a speed bonus here, but so far, I mean, if we can get pallets out of the way early on, it's gonna be a good one for Fry in the end. So this area, however, not very friendly. Yep.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss on where the pallet spawns, whether it's between these benches here or on the other side. And unfortunately, Claudette just not making the right choice, resulting in the first hook of this match.
To be honest, when I play Survivor and I end up in that area, I'm like, how did I get here? I have no idea sometimes where I go.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Plague with 3 people currently broken, one of them being on hook, opting to go for their Corrupt Purge. The Plague woke up and chose violence, and they have found a survivor that is infected, if not broken here.
Oh, yeah, they're injured, so they have a 1 down if they can catch up to them on time before they, and the gen is popped, or the person gets unhooked, or they lose the chase even. Oh, they decide to leave it? Or they're doing the mind game, maybe?
Yeah, looks like that there was the Jeff, thinking that they're going to go upstairs to avoid the Plague. Opted to kind of cut them off, but also finding the knee here and pushing her off of a gen.
Wow, yeah, she's just running. She's holding that button like lifeline. And Plague still has her power up, and she has possibility to get it down here. Take a little bit more than planned. No pallet there.
Yeah, no pallet there. Second stage on a survivor, by the way. Survivors were unable to get to the unhook in time for the second stage. That is huge for the Plague, especially as she still has her power in hand. Keep in mind that they did bring a yellow apple, meaning that they have a second corrupt pool available to them at this moment in time.
Another gen down. So right now, it's kind of a little bit balancing the pressure, because she does have some pressure because of the Claudia being already dead, the next hook. So
Yeah, and
it's
then,
a little-
you know, just survivors falling from the sky. That, too, will help with your overall game pressure. Ace trying their best to get away to correct that error. But
I think Ace is just out. Yeah, Ace, you ran into at the beginning. Ace fell into her arms this time around. This poor guy has not doesn't get a break at all.
yeah, he's been struggling just a wee bit. But that there will be the first hook on the Ace. Keep in mind that they did lose chase with him earlier in the match, so he was not caught out before, but ended up facing the Plague once again.
This time around, Plague redeemed herself and caught the poor little fella here.
Indeed, indeed, but all 4 survivors currently infected, 3 of them broken, 1 on hook. Moments like this is where you think Thanatophobia would have been an amazing choice by the Plague.
It's a common perk that I usually verse against when it's a Plague most times. If it's not a Legion with that, it's Plague. But yeah, you're right. No Thanatophobia.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a surprise, but Plague grabbing the Corrupt Purge, going to once again try and push the Survivor to second stage. Let's see if it works out for them as they do catch the Jeff out of nowhere. I think that's going to be the second stage and the first hook for Jeff as well.
Yep, you're very much right. And to the basement we go. We're doing VIP hook. We are not. We're just doing the whatever hook.
Yeah, you know, just want to throw them up there and get a little bit of value. And looks like with second stage, the hook on Jeff, survivors are in dire straits to say the least. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to complete these last 2 generators, though. As soon as I say that, there is the second to last. A bit of progress on the gen as well. Yeah, survivors not out of the game just yet.
No, and her powers is soon to run out, so nobody near the hook. Yeah, 2 people. Oh, cleansing. Okay, maybe not a bad idea in this case, I guess.
These survivors recognizing through and through that they need to cleanse in order to be able to go for these unhooks. Plague, though, really trying to box these survivors out with the remainder of their Corrupt Purge.
Yeah.
But with it ending now, they do not have a lot of power available to them.
Yep. So either one person has to sneak up for the unhook. Where is the one? Is somebody the first person staying in the basement? Yeah. Okay. So the one in yellow is the one who has more progression. Okay, so I'm assuming the Claudia might be going for the save. Hopefully, if she's in the gen. Maybe.
Yeah, however, it looks like they're about to hit second stage, so that is going to be another progression there, as well as the kick and interruption on this gen with the Nia. This is huge for the Plague and the Killer, as this is going to be looking like a potential 3K at a minimum.
I believe so. Yeah, this Nia is she's playing like me, greedy as heck with that palette, and she's preserved it for the next time she goes back there. But not with this one. This is the safest palette if I ever saw one.
Yeah, using the God Palette there, we will see the Claudette get the unhook on the Jeff, infecting herself as well. Plague looking around, trying to make up their mind, looking to actually grab another Corrupt Purge. Understanding that this is pretty far away, and that's kind of what we were talking about earlier with RPD. In order to get your Corrupt Purge in the first place, you have to walk another 30 seconds and then walk back again. And by the time, we could see 3 survivors on that gen completing it.
Yeah, time is actually of the essence for this play because she has 3 people still alive. One, I think Claudia. Yeah, Claudia is dead for sure. So she might be aiming to look for that. Oh, is that
That there is a repressed alliance trying to ensure that the Plague is unable to kick it to get any form of gen regression. Keep in mind, there was actually the gen was highlighted in yellow, no longer is on the down. That was an eruption, and funny enough, it looks like eruption unable to damage the generator through the entity blockers, though might stand corrected. It is regressing.
Yeah.
We didn't see the score event, but it definitely looks like it's regressing.
Yeah, so it's sparking for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a second, that can't be Deadman because it's like, I forget the repress. It's like a good perk. It could be a good perk, you know, in the comp world. But that said, we have a. Oh my God, where did she come from?
Yeah, Plague keeping an ear out, listening to the coughs of that survivor. Now grabbing another corrupt pool, trying to pressure the survivors around the exit gate. We'll see if they're able to find the Claudette. Keep in mind, Claudette only worth 1 point if I'm not mistaken, as they are unable to identify where the Claudette has gone.
Yep. Claudia is. I'm gonna say she might be in the back door, if anything. She has to be that, or she was hiding in that area by the other door, by the wall with the outside section. You opened that. Yeah, she might be on the other door.
Yeah, and based on that, she might just have enough time, but no.
Wow.
No sign on either door. It could be that you're trying to go for the pickup and try and go for all or nothing. And sure enough, that is a no, I thought it was an unbreakable, but then catching the glimpse of the Claudette right there.
Oh, oh, sheesh. Oh, Claudia needs to book it.
Yeah, unfortunately for those survivors, that was a daring play, but unfortunately with high risk or high reward comes high risk, and we are seeing that play out here as the Plague will secure a 4K on RPD West.
Oh lordy, yeah, that was a very brave choice to go back for the pickup. I mean, if anything, they would have communicated that one had the breakable and one could have gone for the door, but maybe something just went wrong here.
Yeah, I don't think the Unbreakable was used. I think that initially I thought there was because we didn't see any sign of the Claudette, and then last moment we caught a little bit of a glimpse.
Yes.
And Plague obviously very happy with their result, doing some twirls to express their happiness, and you know, taking a look at the helicopter fire, trying to put it out with their vomit.
See, what I tell you, it depends who's controlling the killer, and Fry all stayed well again as Plague as it did with their doctor. So well done, Fry. Yeah, Nodders, that's right.
You know, just repainting RPD West,
Yes.
vomit green. But with that being said, that there will be the end of trial number 1 of set number 2. We are going to be switching sides for trial number 4, where we're going to be seeing Lore bring the judge, the jury, the executioner himself versus the Mice Survivor team.
As known as Dorito Head.
Yes. But with that being said, we are going to take a quick break as we do get that lobby set up. As always, you, the viewers, are our sponsors. As they watch, all the bits they tip, all the subs they buy, go to supporting Champs of the Fog and our $525 prize pool for Group A and $250 prize pool for Group B. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back. This time with Lore's Executioner versus Demice's Survivor team on RPD West. We saw both these killers.
Whoa.
What? Pyramid Head, you saw a Survivor. Where are you going?
I was gonna say, yeah, that and Pyramid Head, you're on the wrong map, sir.
Yeah, little bit distracted there, getting a bit turned around. But as I was saying, we saw both Plague and Pyramid Head play on this map earlier today. Pyramid Head put up a pretty good showing, and we're seeing a very early hit there by Pyramid Head on Jake, trying to vault the window.
No, that was a good. He faked the to do his M2, so that was a good call on him as well. Catch up on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake trying their best to get somewhere and somewhere quickly. Getting the pallet drop, and looks like Pyramid Head will be dropping chase. Understanding that Jake gained a little bit too much distance, and they do not want to leave these survivors on the gens for too long.
Bill making a run for it. We are not committing on Bill. We're going up to the next gen instead.
No, looks like they're wanting to kick the gens. We will note that the gens are highlighted in yellow, so could be Colubrine or could be Eruption. Only time will tell. However, we do end up finding the pill here as they are being drawn into the corrupted zone.
Oh yeah, this oh, I think there was a door that way he could have escaped out of, so
yeah, a really good attempt there on the blind shot from the Pyramid Head. Honestly, I think if Bill was not paying close attention, he would have gotten hit by that. But looks like survivors are just going to kind of go touch and go on these gens as of right now, as that is Colubrine with that skill check noise notification.
Ah, here we go. You got a nice slow down perk. Oh, this perk is so good for slow down, I gotta say.
I mean, it is basically Ruin on a stick at 200% speed, and fantastic hit there by the Pyramid Head. However, I will note that Bill does have a med kit in hand, so it means that he can be healed without any assistance from his teammates.
Yep. Oh, Lord, this loop is so... Uh-oh.
Really good job there by the Pyramid Head. We saw a bit of a double back there by the Claudette, trying to avoid the punishment of the damned, though she might get up to the pallet. Unfortunately, with Pyramid Head priming the punishment of the damned, just not able to get enough time to get the M1 down.
Also, if there was a gen up there that was locked, which means there is deadlock as well.
Yep, we are right now looking at Deadlock, Colubrine, and Corrupt Intervention. The fourth perk yet to be determined, though we will see a near double hit there on that punch of the damned. Claudette narrowly avoiding it.
Oh man, there's a lot of screaming going on with all this stepping on that stuff. Very well done. Yeah, I knew that was gonna hit.
Yeah, once you went through the tile there wasn't much else that you can do, and looks like we will see the Executioner cage the Claudette instead of going for a hook. We normally do see them hook first, cage later, or prime for the punishment of the damned, though based on RPD, it might not be a bad idea as it forces survivors to really go out of their way for the cage.
Yeah, this Pyramid Head is very, very focused on these two gens. And then, honestly, if that's the case, I would definitely just branch out to the other ones, but I can understand the need to want to do at least one or both. Woo! Nice hit.
Beautiful hit there indeed. A bit of a snapshot. Punishment of the damned, not giving Bill any time. No, there is no BT there. That was actually an early hit on the punishment of the damned. Unfortunately, not connecting with the Claudette.
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, Claudie was indestructible there, and Jake was not safe. And doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was about to say, it does not seem like Claudette was able to get too far away even still. And Jake taking it as well means that 3 survivors are injured, 1 currently on the hook. Nia, the only one still healthy as we speak.
Yeah, and even if she had decisive, the cage denies. Oh my god, and denies the kick by Deadlock.
That's one of the most heartbreaking things about Deadlock is when you're in the middle of kicking a gen, whether you had Pop Goes Louiso, Colubrine, what had you, and all of a sudden the gen just locks in your face and you go, well, crap.
Yep, that is I guess the karma of bringing both. That's a good combo, a good, a good perk to run, but like you just saw. It's heartbreaking, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Pyramid Head just waiting here next to the hook. Really good spot to sit at. You're able to watch the gen regress as you watch the Claudette die on hook as well.
Yep, 2-in-1 combo. Nia being cheekily here. Oh, and the bill coming out of the sky.
This time, though, Pyramid Head being a little bit more patient as they are able to get the double hit. BT hit on the Claude, and Bill being a bit cheeky doing some teabagging there, but it did not work out in their favor, to say the least.
It did not work, yes. At first I thought for a second that was any means necessary. I thought he was picking up the pallet, but no, he was doing a little bit of cheekiness there.
Hey, you know, just casual BM, but as you do that, you end up in a bit of an awkward scenario going down all the while. And Pyramid Head kind of in the same situation as we saw earlier, able to watch the gen regress as they're able to watch the Bill slowly die on hook.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they have no reason to leave, and if they want to keep this on lock, the gen I mean. Okay, nah, he actually left the area for the Jake. I don't think the Jake was ready for him.
No, I think that they're thinking that they're still going to be proxying that hook on Bill, but knowing full well that an injured survivor is probably on a gen somewhere nearby, really smart heads-up call there by the Pyramid Head to pressure the Jake's gen instead, saving both that gen and the main gen alike.
Yep, because the one on top got done, so that's one middle gen out of the way. There's only one gen, if you notice, there's only one gen on that side of the map. The majority of them are on the opposite side, which could be patrolled by Pyramid Head, but he is up. Nia's like, I'm waiting.
Yeah, just kind of going after the Nia here. Honestly, probably not the best of plays as you have 3 survivors injured, 2 gens that are near completion. Yeah, Deadlock is going to be very good at slowing things down here, but I think that they need to probably not focus on the Nia, instead try and find Bill, Claudette, who are still injured as we speak.
Yes, because look, he could patrol that middle gen all he wants, but there are 3 gens on this side of the map that one person could be on one each and get them done. So if he focuses on that gen too hard, he's gonna lose everything else. So,
yeah. Well, that being said, kind of have a little bit of a 3-gen here. We're kind of looking at it, right? We have these 3 gens here, one in storage, one in main, and one in that back corner. They could potentially protect that if they're able to get them regressing enough. We do see that skill check noise notification on main, potentially going to be dropping the gen in its entirety, opting to go for the Claudette instead.
Yes, it looks like he is traveling. Oh, yeah, he's just traveling. Oh, that. Using his ears.
Oh, uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh, that's...
I was a bit worried that Pyramid Head was about to DC, and unfortunately we are way past the 2-minute markers. That would be a heartbreaking way for them to lose the match.
Yeah. I've been noticing that a lot of Pyramid Heads I gone against. They usually get stuck a lot like that. Oh, God. Oh, man. Gen down. 1 left to go.
Yep, and we are going to see the gen down in storage is going to be blocked. And it looks like that will be close to 99% completed, as we will see a chase here on Bill. Question is, will they be able to get the Bill down fast enough?
But he's going to an area that has not been done, the chase that yet, so he could potentially have some good... Never mind, I think this pallet is gone. But he left the chase for Jake.
Yeah, I think want to protect the gen here in some capacity. We will end up chasing the Jake. Not sure it's the right move as we still have the Nia and Bill up and available. And the potential adrenaline too. Never want to forget about that, even though it is a bit of an endgame perk.
Yep. Yeah, this Jake has adrenaline. Because I don't think Jake has been hooked, so... yeah, he's doing a lot of distraction for him. Now. Oof.
Really good hit there by the Pyramid Head. Keep in mind that, as you said, first hook for the Jake, the gen in storage, about to be complete. They're going to want to go back there and kick it with Call of Brian as soon as humanly possible.
He's got to hurry up and skedaddle over there. Assuming this is the gen that's been worked on the most. It has.
It has, but not actually as far along as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. They could be on another gen because this another gen. The spread is incredibly wide. There's another one on the opposite side of the map. So he's got to travel far. Yeah, that one over there.
You can see it's quite a ways away, to say the least.
It's incredibly far. So Survivors, I'm pretty sure they're mostly focused on that, if not hiding nearby the other ones. I'll be surprised if that gem is not gonna pop.
Yeah, Pyramid in a definitely a bit of a tricky situation as they need to get the 4K here. We see the Bill standing up there like Batman, primed and ready for the drop down. Pyramid trying to fake them out, but not happening. And I do want to point out, I think the timer on the second stage has all but paused. And if the Mice plays this smart, they can simply wait until Claudia is able to open up the exit gates and escape, and that will claim victory for set number 2, forcing us to go into set number 3, where we are going to be seeing a match on RPD East.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that crow. Look at that crow. He found a friend.
Bill's been here for quite some time. Keep in mind that noise notification you heard in the distance, by the way, was a no way out. There's still a bit of time left on it, but not much. I believe Jake will die before it does expire. However, like I said, the Executioner needs a 4K, so they're going to need to chase the Nia, down the Nia, and also find and down the Bill once again. Very weak position here for the Nia, almost getting hit there by the punishment of the damned, going for another shot, unable to get the hit though, getting it this time, and now the race is on.
Yep, yeah, because funny enough, that kinship gives some time, but at the same time, the No Way Out took away that time that they planned to give to each other to get out. But so it was counter versus counter, and down she goes.
That will be the down on Nia. Will they be able to get the next gate in time for the Bill? It does not appear to be the case. And that there will secure the win in set number 2 for Demice, forcing a set 3 Lore versus Demice on RPD East.
Oh, I hear that hatch.
Yeah, I've gone right past it, and looks like Nia, accepting her fate, will go up on the hook for the final time on RPD West, and we'll be back shortly on RPD as we are going to be seeing, I believe, Lore kill once again. This time, once again, strange pick, as the Doctor again.
Oh, okay.
So we're seeing a bit more Doctor, followed by Demice's Wraith. So going to be very interesting to see how the Doctor fares on RPD of all maps.
Ooh, RPD. Ooh, okay.
With that being said, we are going to get set up for trial number 5, set number 3 of round 2, Group B, Lore versus Demice, and we will be back in just a few moments.
All right.
All right, and we are back for a very exciting set number 3. I'm pretty sure has every single... No, the first match today didn't go set 3, but the last 2 have gone to tie breakers, and we are going to be heading to RPD East Wing with Lore piloting the Doctor versus Demice. And I know we saw a really good Doctor play earlier. However, that was on Leary's. This in RPD. Is this better? Worse? What are your thoughts?
So it's yes and no, because it's a map that has 2 story, which Doctor has the advantage to just keep people on madness if he wants to constantly. Because it could be up or down. It's relatively tight, slightly smaller in a way, but only if he has the stressing. So the mobility is still an issue sometimes for some killers, and this guy is an M1, so yeah, could be a yes or a no. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, that is for sure, and we see with the little bits of elevation as well how that can also impact Doctor, as their ability, unlike Pyramid Heads, is a flat horizontal plane. You don't really get that benefit of a wave that goes down, potentially, you know, stairs or any elevation with the shock therapy.
Yep, exactly. However, at least we got an Ash here. Really good way to stop the little Halloween. He's not gonna make this. Nope. Yep.
Yeah, close but no cigar. A little bit of a fake out there by the Doctor, trying to get Ash before the pallet drop. Unfortunately, unable to do so. That will give Ash the ability to go back to the window, and looks like Doctor opting to drop Chase here.
Yeah, I can already feel like this is gonna be not the best game so far. The fact that he hasn't caught anybody already by now, or at least get a down, and then struggling on these loops that he has to deal with. Yeah, this is incredibly safely for Doctor.
Yeah, I do want to note that survivors are aware, unlike the last match of Doctor, this Doctor does not have Sloppy Butcher, so that hit and run playstyle not going to work as well as it did on Leary's. Also want to note, Doctor just not giving up on the shock therapy up the stairs. Like I said, unlike Pyramid Head, it just ain't going to work. I would hope that maybe one day, as Doctor definitely, you know, one of the legacy killers where their ability might have not, you know, that may have not been considered for their ability. Maybe we'll see that addition or edit in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, right now, at least the corrupt that they have in play is helping them a little bit to not get in the hit on... Who's this guy again? James? What's his name?
Yes, that is indeed the James.
I gotta say, 2 survivors are incredibly loud in this game. I appreciate the bravery so far, but yeah, with this... Oh, this is a helicopter, so that's even worse. Oh, man. I got a hit here at least, but I got
Ash with the body block, though, that's going to allow James here to utilize the drop down. However, with outbounds lane, looks like they will end up going down the pallet out of nowhere. Doctor narrowly missing that stun, and James is going to still be in it.
Yeah, oh my god, look at all these. Yeah, I'm telling you, the helicopter side is incredibly... It's more stronger than the other side for sure. And yeah, oh yeah, I sense... No gen stun, however, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of give and take. And excuse me?
Hello?
A bit of a repeat when Ace ran at Vommy Mommy at the stairs, and apparently Ash wanted to give Doctor a hug, and you know, apparently he did not get a glowing review of his personal health.
No, the opposite. Doctor gave him some pain on the hook.
Yeah, I think Doctor knows the problem. There's a meat hook in his shoulder.
He's not doing anything about it now. He's just there. Keep him there for a while if he's going to decide to camp this out.
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Doctor wanting to utilize what these survivors know to be now Call of Brine to regress these gens. We saw a very similar style play in trying to protect these main 2 gens, and it did work out quite well. The question is whether or not it will work out well here again, as Claudette being very aggressive, and now Nia being equally as aggressive on that generator.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not getting out this gen.
However, with that static blast, that is tier 3 on Nia, so that is actually quite significant, as she is no longer able to work on the gen and may be forced to go for the unhook here.
True. Also, I don't know why I just barely noticed this, but this Doctor is running the same items as Fry did in their Larry's match. So it is a strong combo, but it's not doing. It's to 5 gens though. I can't complain. I can't complain for the 5 gens though. So there's something happening still, even though the start was a little bit slower. 1 gen down.
Yeah, 1 gen down. We do see the most progressed gen is the one in the middle there that we've seen Doctor guarding. And looks like they're actually going to potentially camp Fry to death here. Only 30 seconds left unless Kinship does get activated. But so far, it does not seem to be a perk here that is going to save Ash's life.
Yeah, and we see that deadlock down there as well. Funny enough, Fry was the doctor that that did that killed the entire team, and now he's the one getting sent to the campfire potentially if this doesn't go well. Yep.
Yeah, so really good job there by the doctor,
Yes.
not only blocking off that stairway, but utilizing the detonation delay on the shock therapy in order to get the Nia off of the hook,
Yes.
getting them the progression to death on the Ash. There we go. I was like, ooh, survivor names.
I think, you know what, if it wasn't more disciplined, that faster shock, I think they would have potentially gotten the unhook because the normal shock base kit is incredibly slower. Oh, nicely done. Blocking that pallet vault.
Yeah, really good job here by the doctor securing first kill of the match at 4 gens. Now 3 gens left and getting the next hook here on James as they do see some blood here. That there's the Nia that they can chase for immediately after hooking.
Yeah, so only 2 gens down, but these survivors seem to be trying to get that middle one still. And this Nia, is it? Yeah, she wants that gen done as well. She's getting a little bit of a pickle here. However, this is a good.
However, we do see the unhook here by the Claudette. Shock therapy will lock them down from dropping the pallet. No, Dead Hard will get grabbed out of the locker as well. So really good chase here for the doctor, though a quick heal on the James.
Yep. Yeah, even though the pallet loop is strong, the add-ons against that is incredibly well to stop that elongated chase. So that was well done on his part. We're catching up a little bit here at least. It seems like it for now.
Yeah, and not to mention both survivors currently on tier 3, meaning no heals, no gens, no nothing. They are unable to do much as James does move out of tier 3 and Claudette dropping the pallet way after the hit. That is a huge boon for the doctor in future chases in the library.
Yep. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Is there a pallet there still? I think there is.
That's the pallet drop. Claudette actually dropping on the other side. Amazing mind game there by the Claudette.
Well done. Yeah, I would have also done the same thing. I would have swung hoping that she would have vaulted. I would be on the other side. That was a good call.
Yeah, very good call. However, survivors cranking the gen out here. We do see scratch marks and also blood from the Nia. Not a lot of resources here, so they're going to have to go for the body block in full. James not giving the doctor any distance, though. But Nia going down, and James kind of looking there going, that's unfortunate.
Exactly. He's like, well, too bad for you.
Another hook here on the survivors. The doctor actually doing a far better job than I was expecting, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, man. Doctor's catching up quite well so far. With compared to the slow start, he's getting some catch up for sure here.
However, another unhook coming in. I imagine it's from the James, and sure enough, there he is at the top of stairs. Question is, will they go for the tunnel out on the Nia, or will they go for the down on the James instead? Only time will tell, though. Looking like they're going to go for the James, dropping the Nia entirely.
Yeah. The fact that they dropped a lot of pallets at the beginning, it's now aiding him right now. So this is the what I meant. Even though it was slow start, the pallets. Oh, what the heck? This pallet, but it's not necessarily safe against Doctor, including this one as well. So, yeah, good choice by him running away from that.
Yeah, honestly, really good attempt there by the James. And hold on, that shock therapy may have just secured the down, just barely catching the James. Yeah,
that was like conflicting area because against Doctor, it's a lot of panic because yeah, you have a window, you have a vault, but that shock, if you know how to time it, it blocks you in there, it catches you in, and that's exactly what happened with James in that little office area.
And I think at this point in time, trying to think of what the hook stages look like for these survivors, looks like right now Nia is on death hook, so too is Cheryl, leaving the claw deck currently without being hooked. We saw how in the Doctor game on Leary's that cost the survivors cost the killer rather, when the survivor was able to escape via the hatch. So I think the chase here on Claudette is going to be a very good one, as that will secure them an additional 3 points.
Yep. Yeah, so far, hey, yeah, we're getting some pressure back. Because I think she is... Oh, it's just a fresh hook. Okay, got it. Who is dead? I want to say James is dead next.
Both survivors are on death hook, both Nia and James.
Got it. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah. Decided to kick. Not. Going for the Nia. Okay. Oh, the Deliverance. That was Deliverance, yeah, I want to say.
Yeah, that will be Deliverance on the Claudette. Really good pressure here by the survivors, potentially going to get them back into the match here. Doctor, though, with a good shock therapy, though Nia not seeming to be deterred here, as they will end up getting hit at the pallet.
Very well done with the shock timing. These short loops can be quite tricky with the shock timings, in compared to long ones, funny enough. So that was well done on the other part.
And with them going out here into the courtyard, there ain't much for these survivors. This loop is pretty weak too. Yep. And we will see another shock, but Nia does get the drop in time. Interesting,
that made that, yeah. Must have been the same time slap. Happens quite often. Sadly enough.
Yeah, Doctor doing a really good job. Really smart play there, honestly. Moving the Claudette to tier 3, ensuring they aren't able to complete the gen at the top of the floor. Nia going down as well.
Still a little pointy slide.
So that'll be Nia sent back to the campfire. Claudette still up top on the gen, not afraid of the Doctor, who will be quickly approaching them, though it looks like they are unable to complete the gen in time.
Yeah, look at that. There's a lot of pressure now. There's 2 gens left. They're both injured. If they get Madness tier 3, they're gonna be screaming non-stop unless they get that Madness out of their way. A lot of progress on this one, though.
Yeah, some good progression. James definitely was able to get a lot of good work on that during these chases. However, I do not think that he has a lot of resources available to him as they do move into the conference room, but not utilizing the pallet there. Instead, trying to get to the window in time. Will get the vault. There's the mid vault, though. Doctor going for the swing, but not able to connect.
Ouch. I mean, not a lot of loss because there's no pallets at all whatsoever. Everything has been used, so this is pretty much no man's land. Never mind, there's a pallet here. Oh, what? Oh,
yeah, still a pallet over here in the courtyard. However, James now on the short side. A really awkward position to be in, as we will see the down on James. 1 gen remaining now, as we do see that deadlock in the distance. And now we are back at that exact scenario I talked about. We do have a hatch escape here, as Claudette will have 2 hooks to give, robbing the Doctor of some potential points.
Yeah, this again, the hatch in this map is tricky because you could be in the first floor, hear the hatch, and you think it's right in front of you, but it's actually right above you, or vice versa. So we'll find out who gets up. There he goes.
There it is.
Lottie got lucky. Ooh.
I mean, the RNG can be rough sometimes, and at the end of the day, with maps as big as Leary's, as big as RPD, you can sometimes have these type of scenarios. And with that being said, that there will give some additional points towards Demice versus Lore. So Demice having to do a little bit less during the Wraith match in order to secure victory. But with that being said, we are going to flip sides here, and we're going to be seeing Demice pilot the Wraith against Lore's Survivor team once again on RPD. But before we do want to thank you all the viewers here today, sticking with us through our 3rd set of this match. As you, yes, you the viewers, are our sponsors. All the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy, all go to supporting Champions of the Fog, and our $525 prize pool for Group A and $250 prize pool for Group B. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back. This time with the final trial of the day. This will be trial number 6, Demice versus Lore on RPD East. And we are going to be seeing Demice bring the Wraith to the party. And it will be quite a interesting match indeed, as they're going to need to get a 3K 2 hook. Actually, I think just a 3K 1 hook in order to secure victory.
Oh my. Okay. I mean, it's Wraith in, with the invisibility ability on this map. Ooh, we'll see. I can't really say how the Wraith will do in this map.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be interesting. I, for one, am always going to be an advocate for, like, Serpent and Shadow Dance on this map, because really the biggest thing is you're going to want to break pallets, run, break pallets, and run. It's going to be a very much hit-and-run playstyle, very similar to what we saw on Leary's, I expect. But only time is going to tell to see what the Wraith and these survivors do in turn.
Yeah, because, I mean, any indoor map, I always wanted to say Wraith can do well, but it really depends. It's Fry on the Wraith. Let's see what Fry can give us. Oh, I love that weapon. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I believe that is one of, like, the lunar event weapons. But Wraith out here noting a lack of corrupt intervention and a quick find on the Atom, too. So, corrupt be damned, as the Wraith clearly does not need it. Gonna go for the mind game. Will get the Atom 2 drop. Bit of mind gaming here, and they get the hit over the pallet.
Oh, done. Yeah, he's... Okay, so he has the fast-kicking combo again, if I'm correct?
Yep,
right?
so we are looking at, once again, Shadow Dance as well as Swift Hunt. So, faster kicking while cloaked, as well as faster uncloak. And to boot, for you keen-eyed survivors, that there is a brutal strength that we did see that yellow bar highlighted during the gen kick. Ace try to go for the light burn, unable to do so though. We will see the pallet drop, and that's a very strong pallet to get away at 5 gens.
Yep. Korea, very, 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 very strong, but they had a couple more on the map, but that was probably the best pallet to get out of a really early game.
Yeah, absolutely. We do find Jeff here injured in the courtyard. As we saw before, the tiles are not the strongest in the world. However, Wraith a little bit distracted here by the likes of Nia about to complete the gen. And Wraith opting not to go for the hook, instead following the Nia here with the Lythe in hand. Lythe getting a lot of good value, and looks like Wraith opting instead to go back. Probably the right move with that early of a down.
Yeah, they regretted that decision. Yeah, they got a little greedy with it, which, I mean, I understand the greed, but that life pretty much took every single bit of hope that he had for more pressure.
Yeah, Life definitely a very good exhaustion perk in that instance, just making so much raw distance. Jeff, though, in a pretty weak position here, as that hook is pretty much out in no man's land, and we see that insta-kick there at the Swift Hunt Brutal Strength.
Oh, yeah. That's so fast. Holy moly.
Ace, once again, trying to go for the light burn. Wraith trying to dodge it to the best of their ability, using up that flashlight bit by bit. Ace, though, not able to get it this time, and will take the hit at the pallet.
My god, this camera movements are so fast. Very, very smooth, but so fast.
Yeah, that real back and forth between the two. Ace, unless he has that balance line, will not be getting far, as he does take that stun. Though, the pallet, once again, right in front of that door. I don't know if that's a static spawn or not, but either way, it has saved a number of survivors here today.
I want to say the majority of the times I have always seen that pallet there, so I want to say it is for now.
Ooh, Ace playing with fire here. This time, though, the Wraith will, in fact, get the break off the uncloak fake. And Ace now left with very little here, though there should be a God Pallet coming up. The Wraith unable to get it in time, and taking the stun, too.
Oh, no. There was no way around that pallet, was there? I don't think there was
no, that is considered a God Pallet, so not much the Wraith could do in that moment.
I didn't notice that perk. Now I know.
Yeah, the back area of RPD definitely not used very often by the survivors, but when used properly can get a lot of raw value. Another gen popping off, though, and we will note that there is Eruption, Sloppy Butcher, Deadlock and Brutal Strength. So a very interesting set of perks here on the Wraith.
For sure. Look at that slut. Yeah, he's getting rid of a lot of pallets already. I mean, it is 3 gens, so it's pretty balanced or stale for the pressure. Actually, for so far, the survivors had a little bit of an upper hand at the moment. There we go. Ooh.
Playing a very dangerous game there. I think Jeff and Nia hoping that they could just full commit to the heal. Unfortunately for them, Sloppy Butcher just getting the Wraith enough time to get the down. And looks like Wraith will be satisfied of getting the injure on Jeff and going back for the Nia's pickup.
Yeah, because he has a box. No medkit, no, unless he goes find the Oh, no. Oh, Sprint Burst. Okay. I was gonna say,
Yeah, that Sprint Burst will get Adam away from that very dangerous situation. However, do you want to note that Nia here, underneath the pallet, those survivors are injured. They might come in for the pallet drop, and Wraith will get hit.
Got it. Wow. Teamwork 100.
And as they say, teamwork makes the dream work, and this team definitely planned to win. However, Adam going face to face with the Wraith will end up going down. I don't know what it is about those stairs, but it just attracts the killers and survivors together like magnets.
It really does. That Ace, and then that Ash, and then that the poor Adam. And that stairwell is a trick.
But that there will be the second hook here. As we mentioned, realistically speaking, the Wraith is going to be looking for a 3K and an additional hook on a survivor. If they're able to successfully do that, they will claim victory. So much like before, they're going to need to hook every survivor at least once. And Wraith here, still looking around, seeing that the gen over here has a little bit of progress and some blood to boot on the drop down. No one going for the unhook, though, but there's the ace.
There's the ace. And I think the pallet's still up here, if I remember correctly. It is. Oh,
that is correct. Nia, though, healed in the background. Looks like Ace playing a dangerous game, but will come out on the other end unscathed with the pallet stun.
A lot of mind games for both of these players. So it's a battle of mind games, and it's worked so far, but we're going against. However, this area I think is actually pretty dead. So Ace comes to unless, well,
yeah, not much going for the Ace here, as they will go down at the filler. If they're able to get the stun there, it may have been a different story, but unfortunately for the Ace, was not possible.
Yep. Holy, why is there a hookup? Is that the basement is down there, right? Because my
Yep, the basement's down there. Sometimes the hook still spawns there, nonetheless.
Well. Oh, Adam.
Yeah, Adam in a bit of a dangerous location here. I don't think the pallet is here any longer. Nope. Adam trying to find anything to use to their advantage, but will end up going down before they reach the pallet.
I forget about that pallet, I'm not gonna lie. I forget that. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad, all things considered. Does need a little bit of mind gaming if you don't get the stun, but overall, it's definitely a nice addition to that little corridor there.
We got 2 people on hook. 2 people are either one on a gen, thinking get the hooks. Maybe one gets both hooks, or each gets 1 hook. And Nia deciding what to do.
Yeah, Nia was in on the gen, knowing though they aren't able to get the gen completed. Well, no, they still have that firecracker left in their hand and have yet to use it for the light burn.
Yep. What the? Oh, they're trying to cut them off, I'm assuming.
And sure enough, there is the Ace at the top of the stairs. Wraith in a very good position to potentially force the kill on the hook, though. Jeff, nowhere in sight.
Yep, yeah, they're kicking that gen to get some, did we already call it out?
Yep, so there is Eruption that the Wraith is using. No Colubrine this time around. Oh, Wraith getting caught on some geometry, though. Unfortunately, giving the Jeff enough distance, I think, to get the unhook without much issue. Not sure if it would have mattered, but definitely unfortunate nonetheless.
Oh, I thought he was going to wait for the grab, but he could have this sidestep potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely outside the realm possibility. A little bit of a spin mind game there. Adam coming in, going down, and Jeff now put into a very awkward position as they want to save the Adam from going to the campfire. but being injured themselves, looks like they will not be able to do it in time.
Oh, they still dropped the pallet.
Ooh!
Oh no! There you go.
Yeah, Jeff willing to give his life in exchange for Adams. However, the hook being right here, I think it is all for naught and only gives the Wraith that much more pressure.
Oh yeah. See, there you go. The tables turned. What I tell you.
Yeah, but in this case, it definitely was a bit more of a misplay on the Survivor's part, just being very greedy with that body block, and Jeff potentially costing their teammates the match because of that, as we do see blood over here from the ace. Wraith going to be following it, tracking it bit by bit, though it's quickly going away.
Yeah. So far, so... Oh, Deliverance? No, I'm sorry. Deliverance, or was that,
Yeah, looks like it's probably Deliverance on the Jeff, self-unhooking there. Unfortunately, the ace going down at the pallet once again, unable to get the stun before taking the hit, and that'll be ace on second hook now. Wraith in a prime... Oh, not a Deliverance. It looks like it was a renewal instead.
Oh, yeah,
I stand corrected.
I couldn't remember if that was the first hook or second, so that's why I was like, I wasn't sure. But yep, it was that indeed. Oh my. So fast.
Yeah, Wraith wanted to make sure that these gens are affected by Eruption. And we do see Jeff moving back towards the unhook. Nia, once again, with that Firecracker in hand, not using it though, as they will take the hit over the vault.
Did you notice how he caught up? Like, there was no gap. When she used that life, but he was invisible, he was literally on her the whole time. That life did not matter.
Yeah, I mean, moving at 150 speed ain't anything to joke about, as we see here. Unfortunately, though, Nia going down, 2 generators hit by Eruption. And Nia going back up on Ray's favorite hook here, as we have seen it used plenty of times. And at this moment in time, in order to claim victory, Wraith just needs to kill both the Jeff and the ace in order to win. And that will be the end of this match. And catching the ace out of nowhere.
Oh, good. That was really good sneak attack. Like, obviously did not expect him to come out from there. Really well done. That would make me scream.
Absolutely. Really, really well done by the Wraith. Really unfortunate for the ace, not knowing where the Wraith was. And at this point in time, I think the Wraith tunnels out the Nia, who runs directly into the Wraith once again. And we do see BT take effect. Unfortunately, not a lot of distance here, not a lot of resources left either. And Wraith just narrowly missing the hit on the Nia, who will life away, gaining a little bit of distance.
Oh yeah, life helped her a lot there. However, because of no pallet there anymore. Good thing he broke that early on.
Yeah, and with that Firecracker still in hand, not taking the opportunity to use it while the Wraith was cloaked. And this will be a decisive strike. Maybe that's why.
That is why, but no distance. Again, no distance. Oh god. That cost a little bit more distance now.
Yeah, Wraith taking a little bit of a cheeky play there. Once again, missing on the hit, but this time actually getting the down in time. And question now remains, where's the Jeff? Jeff could be out in no man's land doing gens as we speak, and so Wraith will have to zoom on back to any of the well-progressed gens.
You can tell this player is like trying their best to be as quick as they can, because noticing the waves on those little sections, they're trying their best to be as quick as they can to get those downs. And like it's so, look at that movement, it's so fast. Trying their best to scan the area.
Yeah, just trying to get a quick peek around the map, trying to get some information if at all possible. As we mentioned, all they need is the 3K one hook, and you know, just saying hi to the resident deer real quick, having a quick conversation before they recheck the gens.
I thought he was gonna kick that pallet right there, because knowing that Nia has life, she could use that pallet again to run away.
Yeah, that is very true. However, she does need to get around to it, and I don't know if Jeff makes it before the 1-for-1 trade or before Nia moves to second stage, but looks like they will get the down, and Wraith will opt to go for the slug for the 4K here. And as you said, they do have that pallet there, and They also have a vault coming up. But there's the drop down. No balanced landing. They finally used their firecracker, but it's a little bit too late.
Oh Lord, yeah. You know what? I know it's really rare to see this, but I have seen people run to exhaustion in case what doesn't work, the other will. For example, if life, you couldn't get that life value, she could have got getting that balance at least value. Really crazy combos that I've seen before.
Yeah, definitely uncommon in comp, but definitely not outside the realm possibility. But that there will be the 4K for the Wraith and the win for Lore as, actually, sorry, the win for Demice, correction, as they will get the 4K with 1 gen remaining.
Well done. You know, I noticed it's Fry again on Killer. Fry does pretty well on the smooth, fast movement, so well done on Killer today.
Indeed, indeed. But with that being said, GG, well played to both teams, and congratulations to Demice for taking the W in round number 2 versus Lore. With that being said, that is all of the matches for tonight. We went a little bit overtime tonight, but it was for all of you watching here today. So thank you all for joining us. And Avi, thank you for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Always had great having wonderful games like this.
You're a bit tongue-tied there then.
Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. But no, thank you very much. And when are you going live next? Is it going to be during Light in the Fog?
Well, besides that, that's next weekend. I'm actually going live Monday, so tomorrow. I am off today, but I'll be back for DBD. I'm a Blast main. I'm a Gremlin. I will be back 6:30 to 7 p.m. PST tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to be streaming pretty much until Wednesday, Monday to Wednesday, and then take a break to do Light in the Fog next weekend. So you'll be seeing me around.
Yeah, and for those who do not know about Light in the Fog, do you want to mention just a little bit about it?
Of course, yeah. Light in the Fog is a charity event to bring awareness and raise funds for Puppers, who is fighting ALS, and bring together the Dead by Daylight community with 130 plus content creators coming together for a lighthearted tournament. And I say in quote tournament because it's not really that serious. It's about memes and having fun and just again raising awareness and bringing funds to give them a nice comfy life. So we'll be doing that. Rue and I are actually admins for that, and it's been a pleasure. Giveaways are happening. There's a lot of laughs and good times in this company, and all around great community and a lot of love. So feel free to come by and hang out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And though we will be going live during those times, we will be raiding into Light in the Fog when we finish up for the day. So definitely make sure to stop on by Light in the Fog, drop them a follow now, so that way you get the notification when they go live on Thursday. But with that being said, that is all for tonight. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Goodbye.